A sunny day does nothing to stop the threat of floodwaters. The city of Dallas is now preparing for more serious flooding as home and business owners wait to see the damage.
Try to avoid the main roads and just be safe. If you don't feel safe getting on the road, don't risk your life. Just don't do it.
Louisville Lake tops its 100-year flood mark and continues to spill over, meaning some people could have a very messy Monday commute. And dramatic images as Good Samaritans rescue a mother and child from high waters in Louisville Lake. Why investigators believe it may not have been an accident.
The news leader, broadcasting for all North Texas. Fox 4 News starts now.
The city of Dallas sent out 3,000 reverse 911 calls today to people and businesses, notifying them of flood dangers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Natalie Solis. The area most in danger is between Royal Lane and California Crossing, west of Interstate 35. This is the area near the Luna Vista Golf Course. The city says the flooding will happen within the next 12 to 26 hours. Fox 4's Zahid Arab is in that area under threat with more on how residents are handling it. Zahid.
Well, Natalie, Luna Road, where we're standing, has been blocked off because of floodwaters for nearly a week, and with potential for conditions to only get worse. You see road crews like this one are on standby with street barricades, and tech stock crews are ready at Walnut Hill and Northwest Highway along I-35 in case exits need to be closed. As the first reverse 911 calls rang and police went door to door enforcing evacuations.
They didn't know how high the water would rise. They didn't know how long it was going to take.
The Wagtime Dog Rescue became the rescuees when nearly 80 shelter dogs were moved to an employee's backyard for safety.
It's a little higher ground, but once we got here, we realized, we couldn't stay here. So we had to go out on social media.
It was a post on Facebook.
Butch Bergen is one of many to volunteer as a temporary foster.
The people in Texas are being evacuated. They're being displaced. They don't have any place to live. But we've got the same problem with dogs and cats and horses.
I never saw nothing like this in Dallas before.
City officials say flood concerns here are happening because lakes upstream are spilling over.
What's happening is the water that's coming down from Lake Ray Roberts, Grapevine, Lake Louisville is coming through the Trinity Elm Fork, which is the streams which cannot hold the water, which is spilling onto the neighborhoods.
In an area where golf courses are lakes and warning signs are now underwater, even more flooding could be extremely dangerous, prompting the city of Dallas to activate its emergency response and get homes and businesses away from harm. Police ask drivers to stay away from water on roadways and police barricades.
You gonna go with me? Okay.
But thanks to Bergen, Little Princess will have a safe place to stay.
I got country and western, rock, and that's about it.
Until nature changes its tune.
Whatever she wants. Y'all have a great day.
Dallas Fire and Rescue reports responding to at least 70 swift water rescues, get this, just since Friday, including many incidents where people actually drove around barricades and then got stuck. Dallas police say you could face charges for that and even stricter penalties for actually moving barricades, which several drivers have been caught doing. Natalie?
Hey, yeah, so Zahid, is there any estimate on when this extra water might hit that area?
Well, the Office of Emergency Management estimates that could hit anywhere between 12 to 16 hours from now, which should hit about the morning commute tomorrow. Dallas police say specifically Northwest Highway between Luna Road and just east of I-35 are the most troubled spots. Police say people should plan extra time to get to work in that area in case their normal route is blocked off by barricades, which could be a likely scenario for many drivers tomorrow.
All right, very good information. Let's hope people plan accordingly. Thank you, Zahid. All right, well, we have now learned an attempted lane change is what caused an SUV to lose control, hit an embankment, and flip into the water, ejecting 2 young girls. The Dallas County Sheriff's Office says 8-year-old Jordan Barrett died after she was swept away in floodwaters Saturday evening along US 175 near 2nd Avenue. It took crews 2 hours to find her. Officials say 2 adults and 3 kids, including Barrett, were westbound when their Ford Explorer tried changing lanes but swerved to avoid hitting another car. The SUV hit a concrete barrier, then swerved into a grassy median, causing it to flip. A 9-year-old was also ejected, but she and others in the car are expected to be okay. Police say alcohol was not a factor. Investigators believe a mother may have intentionally driven into floodwaters near Louisville Lake yesterday with her child inside. Interim Hickory Police Chief Carrie Dunn says the mother drove through barricades near Lake Louisville with her 9-year-old son in the back seat. 3 strangers sitting in Interstate 35 traffic saw what happened and jumped into action. In these pictures, you can see that the men were working there to get the mother and child out. One says when he tried to get the boy to unlock the door, the mother relocked it. Another man, Jeff McCart, describes how he was able to open a door.
Luckily, the window was cracked, a little bit, and it being cracked a little bit, I was able to reach in and grab hold of the window and put my feet on the door and broke the window. I mean, I'm pulling and pulling and pulling, and finally it snapped, and just busted all out. And then I was able to get in. But at that time, the whole car was submerged.
Police have not identified the mother yet, but say she is undergoing a psychological evaluation. Her son is now safe and in the care of other family members. Well, TxDOT says Loop 12 and I-30 in far west Dallas may be dry enough to open for tomorrow's rush hour. It was closed Friday because of flooding. Crews brought in extra pumps today to help drain the water over the levees and into the Trinity River. Well, as floodwaters recede in North Texas, fire rescue crews are finding abandoned cars. One of the most recent cases is at Lombardi Lane. Multiple vehicles were found abandoned in the roadway there. No one has been reported missing, and no one was found inside any of those vehicles. Well, for the first time in what seems like an awfully long time, we have a forecast with only minimal rain chances. Today, we saw the return of blue skies and sun. Fox 4's Allie Toriano here now with more on what we can expect tomorrow. Hi, Allie.
Hi there, Natalie. Good evening, everyone. For the most part, tomorrow looking pretty similar to what we experienced today. Do want you to take a look at the radar. It is quiet. High pressure is in control, but we now have a new flash flood warning for northeastern Ellis County, and that's until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. We've had some reports of flooding in homes in the Bristol area, so that's because along the Trinity, we saw Zahid's package and just the amount of water that we have. All of our rivers continue to have flood warnings, and now a flash flood warning in the Bristol area, northeastern Ellis County. That's until 5 a.m. We just don't have anywhere for this water to go. It's going to take its time receding, and we are still expecting, at least for a couple more days, to have some flooding concerns near our rivers in North Texas. Today we were about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year after starting out at 59. We did warm to a pleasant 78 degrees at DFW, currently in the low 70s across much of the Metroplex. Not bad at all, with a north-northeast wind in the 5 to 10 mile an hour range. That'll continue through the night. So high pressure is in place. We're expecting mostly clear skies through the overnight, even into early tomorrow morning, starting out in the low 60s. As we go through the day, fair weather clouds around. I think most of us stay dry. At best, a few late day showers and storms developing mainly west of the Metroplex, and that's just with heating of the day. Our high temperatures will return into the low 80s again for many. Now, as we go through the next few days, humidity will start to increase, but I don't expect to see too much rain in the forecast. We'll take a look at the next 7 days for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Allie. Remember, Good Day starts at 4:30 tomorrow morning. More local weather and traffic information than any other station. Good Day, 4:30 to 9 on Fox 4. Carrollton police arrested a man they say beat his coworker to death during an argument over lost keys. 40-year-old Martin Gutierrez Jr. was taken into custody at the Deluxe Inn in Carrollton around 3 a.m. Saturday morning. Witnesses called 911 to report the beating. Gutierrez and the victim were part of a group of Houston-based contractors staying at the motel for a construction project. Gutierrez is charged with murder. The victim's identity has not been released. Well, both houses in the Texas legislature have approved allowing the concealed carry of handguns on public college campuses. The Senate approved the legislation yesterday. The House voted today to approve the measure, sending it to Governor Abbott's desk to be signed into law. It would allow concealed handgun license holders to carry guns on public college and university campuses. A caveat was added to let college presidents designate gun-free zones on their campuses. Skipping school would no longer be a crime under a bill that cleared the Texas legislature. Instead, accumulating unexcused absences would mean civil punishments with fines starting at $100. In 2014, nearly 100,000 Texas students received misdemeanors for too many unexcused absences. The Department of Justice says Dallas County alone prosecuted 20,000 of those children last year for failing to attend school. The measure now heads to Governor Abbott's desk to be signed into law. A young child was found walking by himself on a North Texas highway this morning. Fort Worth police say they found a 5-year-old boy in the 11,000 block of Jacksboro Highway around 8 a.m. Officers began searching the area to find the boy's parents. After about an hour of searching, officers found the child's father. He said he'd been looking for that boy. Child Protective Services was notified. An investigation is underway. Millions of high schoolers celebrated their graduations this year, but some have had to overcome an even bigger challenge than schoolwork.
Only the strong will survive. So if you're not strong in this world, you go fold.
Coming up, we introduce you to one student who made it to graduation even while being homeless. The end of the controversial Patriot Act may be just hours away as a midnight expiration date looms and congressional gridlock puts a stop to compromise.
Hello again, I'm Mike Ducey. Tonight on Sports Sunday at 10, Adrian Beltre out 2 weeks. Could that mean Joey Gallo will get the call up? Corey Majors from 105.3 The Fans in studio with me tonight to discuss. We'll talk about a Ranger team that's above the 500 mark for the first time in nearly a year. Today's dramatic walk-off win and the wacky post-game celebration tonight at 10. Plus,
I needed to make a lot of putts in order to play well this week, and I didn't do so.
the local leg of the PGA Tour is over for Jordan Spieth. No wins in Fort Worth or Irving, but Spieth takes some great memories from this weekend. Edward Egros has the story from the Nelson at 10. And Ducey's doozy, also from the Nelson, sort of. Tony Romo may have given up golf for a while, but his wife Candace clearly plays the game. A professional breaks down her swing tonight on Sports Sunday at 10.
It is graduation season, a time for celebration of academic success. Some students have overcome more than just classroom challenges. They have overcome poverty to earn their diplomas. Fox 4's James Rose talked to one grateful graduate with a powerful story of being a homeless student.
This may look and sound like a typical high school graduation, but for one young man, it's about a new and bright beginning.
this is a stepping stone. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but it's a stepping stone. I'm ready to go to college.
18-year-old Desmond Scott is one of 600 Mesquite High School graduates. The difference is, for the last 3 years, Desmond's been homeless.
I'm glad that God using me as an instrument, you know what I'm saying, and letting people see a story that helped them out.
Desmond is not alone. Nearly 650 students in MISD are homeless.
That is a challenging number, because what do you do? How do you wrap your mind around it? How do we help and assist?
Rhetorical questions from a Mesquite ISD homeless social worker who tries to make a difference.
Because they'll move right from motel to motel, car to car, family member to neighbor to nowhere to Walmart. It's just everybody's circumstances are different.
Edwards is mentoring Desmond, but his best friend's parents have taken him in.
They got a home, you know what I'm saying? It's not no house, it's a home. So like, I come home peacefully. I don't worry about nothing. Coming home, don't have to worry about no evictions. Coming home, don't worry about is the lights off. It's, you know what I'm saying, how I'm gonna do my homework.
Desmond's mother is deeply proud of her son, but acknowledges she's been caught in a cycle of poverty, overwhelmed by trying to raise 4 children on minimum wage.
It's not enough money. It's not enough thank yous that I can give to them. I'm just so grateful right now.
Others see great potential in Desmond as well. He's already secured 1 college scholarship to play football at Prairie View A&M. But for his successes, hundreds more students are still in need of support.
It is amazing how they show up every day.
Mesquite Academy's Marcille Schaefer says school is often the only safe haven homeless students have. It gives them a routine and a sense of normalcy. She's pretty much seen it all.
Yeah, we had a student that was sleeping in his car, so we made arrangements for him to shower and clean up here at school. You have times where you're helping with wash clothing. We've had situations, kid comes in, there's absolutely no food in the home or where they're staying.
Desmond says he could not have made it without the help from the school district and friends. He also recognizes his education is the key to a better life.
Only the strong will survive. So if you're not strong in this world, you go fold.
The Mesquite ISD relies on support from churches and community groups. There are a number of ways to help. If you'd like to get involved, we have information on our website, fox4news.com. In Dallas, James Rose, Fox 4 News.
Awesome story. Congrats to Desmond. Well, the controversial Patriot Act, which allows the National Security Agency to collect troves of bulk telephone data, is set to expire at midnight tonight amid congressional gridlock. In a rare Sunday Senate meeting today, Democratic Minority Leader Harry Reid blamed Republicans for not having a plan in place. Kentucky Senator and Republican presidential candidate Rand Paul not mincing his words over what he calls an illegal program that violates and ignores the rights of Americans.
Let us be very clear why we're here this evening. We are here this evening because this is an important debate. This is a debate over the Bill of Rights. This is a debate over the Fourth Amendment. This is a debate over your right to be left alone.
While Republicans want to reauthorize the Patriot Act, Democrats are pushing for it to be replaced with a revised version, the USA Freedom Act. A deal has been reached to extend a travel ban on the so-called Taliban 5. The former Gitmo detainees were freed last year in exchange for Army Sergeant Beau Bergdahl. Under the terms of the deal, the former detainees have been in Qatar and under surveillance since their release. The original travel restrictions were set to end at midnight, but the State Department now says they've been extended. There is no word yet on how long. The White House have been negotiating with Qatar to keep the terror leaders in place. There are concerns they would return to the battlefield in Afghanistan if they could. Well, there has been an outpouring of support for Vice President Joe Biden after he announced his son, Beau Biden, died of brain cancer. President Obama and First Lady Michelle visited the Bidens at the Naval Observatory today, where the vice president lives. Beau Biden was only 46 years old and leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Fox's Kristen Fisher has more.
Hard to believe this is the second time that the vice president has lost a child. His first wife and daughter were killed in a car crash in 1972, and his son, Beau, was also in that accident. Here he is talking about it at the Democratic National Convention in 2008.
My brother Hunter and I were seriously injured and hospitalized for weeks. I was just short of 4 years old. One of my earliest memories was being in that hospital, my dad always at our side. We, my brother and I, not the Senate, were all that he cared about.
His father was again at his side when he passed away last night after a 2-year battle with brain cancer. The 46-year-old was an attorney, a public servant, a husband, and a father. Most recently, he was Delaware's Attorney General, and just last year, he announced his plans to run for governor. In a statement released last night by his father, he said, quote, "Beau's life was defined by service to others. As a young lawyer, he worked to establish the rule of law in war-torn Kosovo. A major in the Delaware National Guard, he was an Iraq War veteran and was awarded the Bronze Star. As Delaware's Attorney General, he fought for the powerless and made it his mission to protect children from abuse. But in the words of President Obama, he said, quote, "For all that Beau Biden achieved in life, nothing made him prouder, nothing made him happier, nothing claimed a fuller focus of his love and devotion than his family, just like his dad." Beau is survived by his wife and his 2 children, Natalie and Hunter. In Washington, Kristen Fisher, Fox News.
Secretary of State John Kerry forced to leave an international trip early after a cycling accident left him with a broken leg. At least 10 people are hurt when a crane collapses in Midtown Manhattan, the dangerous situation that shut down roads and halted construction. Secretary of State John Kerry's diplomatic mission overseas is on hold while he recovers from a broken leg. He was injured during an early morning bike ride in France. Fox's Elizabeth Pran has more.
Secretary of State John Kerry will receive future treatment from a surgeon who did a prior hip surgery in Boston. Kerry suffered a right femur break from a fall he took on his bike in Champs-Élysées, France, after hitting a curb. The secretary is an avid biker and rides abroad occasionally. A French news service is reporting Kerry was traveling at slow speeds on flat ground near the beginning of an alpine pass that climbs more than 5,000 feet, the same pass competitors take during the Tour de France. He never lost consciousness and remained in good spirits when he was taken to a hospital in Geneva, Switzerland. His travel schedule, however, is also derailed. Secretary Kerry has canceled his trip to Madrid, Spain, and Paris this week. He will, however, still be part of a scheduled anti-terror meeting specifically focusing on ISIS via video conference on Tuesday. As usual, the secretary has a packed itinerary ahead. It's unclear, however, before doctors allow him back in the saddle. Doctors do say it takes months for a femur to heal depending on the severity of the break. The top diplomat is expected to make a full recovery. In Washington, Elizabeth Pran, Fox News.
At least 10 people are hurt after a crane collapsed in Midtown Manhattan in New York City. Officials say workers were trying to hoist a large air conditioner through a hole on the 30th floor of the high-rise building, but they missed their target, shattering part of the building's facade. The accident sent debris and broken glass raining down on the street, cars, and people below. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says rescue crews sprung into action.
As usual, we are blessed in the city to have extraordinary response and fast response from our first responders, and the situation was quickly stabilized.
We're talking about steel frame, we're talking about plastics and glass and fiberglass curtain wall, which gets attached to the steel frame. That's what you're seeing on the street.
A full investigation will be conducted to find out what caused this to happen and to try to prevent anything like it from happening again. A Swiss pilot began the longest portion of his solar plane flight around the world. He took off from China this morning. The pilot says the flight will take 5 days to reach Hawaii. The journey started in March in Abu Dhabi and made stops in Oman, India, and Myanmar. The entire worldwide trek will take 12 flights to complete. After landing in Hawaii, the solar plane will be on its way to Phoenix, Arizona. Well, San Francisco lawmakers are taking another stab at curbing soda consumption. A committee is expected to take up 3 pieces of legislation Monday that represent a new front in the sweetened beverage wars. One proposed measure would require soda ads posted on buses, billboards, and other city surfaces to carry health warnings. The other laws under consideration would ban soda ads on public property and prohibit city funds from being used to buy soda. Well, some bad news for fans of Whataburger's breakfast menu. The restaurant says it's limiting its breakfast hours due to a national egg shortage. Starting June 1st, all Whataburgers will serve breakfast from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on weekdays, 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. on weekends. Whataburger released a statement saying it felt limiting the time breakfast is served was a better alternative than not serving it at all. The restaurant says it hopes to return to normal breakfast operations soon. Coming up on Fox 4 News at 9, more cities step up their West Nile spraying after mosquitoes test positive for the virus. The Midwest is hit with tornadoes, severe storms, and flooding. We take a look at the damage coming up. With 3 West Nile virus positive mosquito samples, Grand Prairie will begin its defense against the West Nile virus tonight. Spraying began at 9 and continues through Wednesday. Areas include Beatty Drive towards South Carrier Parkway, West Polo Road to Barn Owl Trail, and West Tarrant Road to 161 northbound Service Road. People in those areas will need to stay indoors and keep pets inside. Spraying will be rescheduled if wind speeds are above 10 miles per hour or if it rains. Weather permitting, another round of spraying will started tonight at 9 in DeSoto. Dallas County workers are able to spray for mosquitoes now that the weather has cleared up. The target area is zip code 75115 near Beltline Road, just west of I-35. Ground spraying was also done in DeSoto on Wednesday. The county health department reported a mosquito tested positive for West Nile virus. While Texas is still drying out from flooding, the Midwest is cleaning up from another round of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. Fox's Kyle Rothenberg has more.
There are signs of damage across Indianapolis. Trees are toppled and cars have been thrown on top of each other. The National Weather Service confirmed a tornado swept through the area this weekend, packing winds of up to 90 miles per hour.
My neighbor's pool's gone. Trees are all over the place around here. It's a mess.
Looks like a couple houses were just picked up and dropped right in place. There's debris everywhere. Trees are down, poles are down. You know, it's insane how localized it was.
In Madison County, Indiana, people are wading through several inches of water and are trying to stop the floods from destroying their homes.
Now it's complete flood again, and it's just flooded out our garage. It's up to the house so far. Our neighbor 2 doors down, his garage is completely flooded now.
In Carrollton, Illinois, businesses and homes are badly damaged from severe storms. The streets are littered with trees, tile, and pieces of shingles. One person who lives there says she heard what sounded like a freight train.
It sounded like it was going right down the road, and pretty soon I heard boom, and then the house shook.
And in the St. Louis area, all eyes are on the Missouri River, which is threatening to reach flood levels. Rain poured throughout the weekend, putting pressure on people at a local farmers market.
I think it's held back some of our vendors who don't have the tents, and I think it's held back a lot of people shopping because they don't want to get wet.
And here in Mississippi, severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued in several counties for parts of the day, with more storms possible as the work week begins. In Jackson, Kyle Rothenberg, Fox News.
People living along the Brazos River in Rosenberg, just southwest of Houston, are being told to get out. Mandatory evacuations are being issued as river levels continue to rise. Officials expected the river to swell throughout the day, and they say it could crest as early as Monday. The rising water levels mean dozens of homes in Rosenberg are in danger of flooding. While some residents are refusing to leave their homes, others believe getting out may be the safest thing to do.
Why aren't you going to stay here tonight?
Well, I want to be obedient. They said, go, get to higher ground. So I want to be obedient. That's why I guess I.
Officials say the river is expected to crest at 50 feet, just shy of the record 50.3 feet reached in 1994. The Boy Scouts in Houston are working hard to help families devastated by the recent floods. The group has been collecting clothes, food, furniture, and toys to help families rebuild their lives. The Scouts also passed out buckets on the side of the road, asking people to donate what they can to help flood victims.
It makes me feel really good because I don't care that I don't get anything out of it. I'm happy that people are getting something out of it to help them get a home.
It's really exhilarating because we know that it's going to be able to help a bunch of people with a bunch of things.
We're told the Scouts in Houston have already collected more than $4,000 for flood victims. Well, people along the rising Trinity River in Liberty County are doing all they can to protect their livestock. Cowboys on horseback and hovercrafts herded cattle through the flooded waters to get them to higher ground this morning. Around 500 head of cattle were moved away from the floodwaters. Things are looking better on some other Texas rivers in Texas. The Colorado River in Wharton and the San Jacinto River should recede below the flood stage tonight. A massive honeybee hive was removed from a Dallas woman's home today. The American Honeybee Protection Agency came to this house in the 1000 block of St. Augustine Drive. According to the homeowner, the hive had been there for years and was still growing. The world bee population is dwindling, so killing them with pesticides was simply not an option she would consider. Self-proclaimed bee czar Walter Schumacher was called out to help rescue the bees.
We're here so that we can help protect the bees, and we're here because we can help protect the citizens. And if you can do that, then that fear goes away. The fear of, oh my God, I have honeybees, let's kill them, instantly disappears because they go, no, wait, I've seen that they can be removed and relocated and not killed.
Schumacher said he expected to take anywhere from 60,000 to 300,000 bees from that woman's home. The bees will all be relocated, although unclear exactly where.
Quiet, comfortable night in North Texas. High pressure is in control. What that means for the upcoming work week, we'll have your forecast coming up next on Fox 4 News.
Coming up on Fox 4 News at 9, aspiring entrepreneurs get a chance to pitch their small business ideas after attending a special workshop designed especially for women.
I'm Mike Ducey. Tonight on Sports Sunday at 10, Jordan Spieth's weekend at the Nelson is over without a win, but as usual, Spieth has an insightful review of his play. Edward Egros with Jordan Spieth tonight at 10. As for the tournament winner, he's a local guy too. The shots that made a difference and the post-round reaction from Mr. Nelson's tournament tonight at 10 o'clock. A walk-off win for the Rangers, and look who's delivering the big hit. It's Josh Hamilton. That plus a Ranger injury that will start a debate. We'll talk it over with the fans' Corey Majors at 10. And we'll discuss Joseph Randall's comment about DeMarco Murray. Was Randall confident, cocky, out of line? We'll talk about it on Sports Sunday at 10.
Aspiring entrepreneurs pitched their small business ideas in downtown Dallas earlier today. The event was the culmination of a 3-day workshop at the Dallas Entrepreneur Center. It was packed with experts and volunteers, all passionate about helping North Texans get their small businesses off the ground. Organizers say today's event was geared towards spotlighting female entrepreneurs.
We want to flip the gender ratio. Typically at startup weekends or hackathons or tech events, you see a majority of men. And so what we've noticed is that startup weekend, you have 20% of women attending those events, and a lot of them are not participating.
Organizers say while the event was geared toward women, men were welcome as well. Runners competed in the Salvation Army's Most Good 5K race this morning in Dallas. And they're off. The race was postponed yesterday because of the threat of bad weather, but what a difference a day makes. Around 700 racers started the course in Clyde Warren Park and ran through uptown Dallas. A live DJ got racers pumped to start the run and welcome everyone back to the post-race party. Event organizers say these runners have the chance to change people's lives.
With this race, we've raised tens of thousands of dollars that'll help feed hungry, shelter the homeless, and provide after-school programs for children. So it's just another way to kind of build awareness in the community, as well as provide funding for those programs that we provide here in the DFW Metroplex.
Last year, the Salvation Army helped around 100,000 people in North Texas. Well, North Texans finally out and about now that the sun decided to shine. Recreational areas were packed today, and we found people sunbathing at Clyde Warren Park and kids playing in the water. Folks were just taking it all in.
I heard to enjoy the weather with me and my wife and my family, kids. It's a nice day. It's been a long time of raining all week, so I heard just to enjoy the weather.
Many people told us it was a nice break, a very nice break from weeks and weeks of severe weather.
You wind up appreciating the little things in life. That sun feels so great on you.
Amazing.
And you know, it was comfortable today, lower humidity, so it was just a nice day to be outside. Now, a lot of folks are saying, hey, we still have flooding issues, but it's not raining. Well,
yeah, we're not out of the woods yet on that.
We are not, because some of the larger lakes, they're releasing water. The Trinity River, the Brazos are already still in the moderate to major flood stage. So any more water release, you know, that water's got to go somewhere. And unfortunately, it could get into some homes in a few areas. This is a picture today from Christy Kelly. She wanted to take a look at the Trinity before heading up to the Choctaw Casino. Hopefully she had a good day and some good luck up there. But taking pictures from a safe distance, that's what we want you to do. We don't want you near the levees. It's super important to stay away from those because we still could have water approach them in the next couple of days. So for the month, we hit this number yesterday, 16.96 inches of rain at DFW. With no rain today, that is now our official number for the month of May, which makes it the wettest May ever recorded here at DFW. Now, in terms of flooding concerns, where you see the green, that's where we have flood warnings along many of our rivers, and just recently issued a flash flood warning for eastern northeastern sections of Ellis County. That's until 5 a.m. The reason for it, we've had water top the levees in the Bristol area and now some water getting into some homes in that location. We may see more of that as we go through tomorrow. Here's a look at the lake totals. You know, these numbers are unbelievable. 6 weeks ago, we were in a major deficit, more than 26 feet in Grapevine, 15 feet above normal in Louisville. So as we see the water get released, it's got to travel somewhere, and a lot of it's traveling along the Trinity, which is why we'll keep flood warnings in place really until further notice. The best part about the forecast is that it will be drier, so eventually we're going to see those numbers go down. Temperatures right now, pretty nice. Upper 60s, low 70s for much of the Metroplex. Not bad at all. 67 in Waxahachie and Bridgeport, 72 in Mineral Wells. Corsicana, 73 degrees for you. The wind has backed off nicely too. More out of the northeast, about 5 to 10 miles an hour tonight. And skies mainly clear. Not a whole lot happening on radar. And it's a nice thing to be able to say that. High pressure, this ridge is in control for us for much of the week. And with ridge high pressure in control, typically that means dry, stable air is in place and you don't have much rain in the forecast. Now, we don't have much in the forecast, but I do think with heating of the day, the next few afternoons, we could see a few afternoon thunderstorms, very isolated just because of all the water we still have on the ground in North Texas. That keeps some low-level moisture around. Temperatures tomorrow morning, upper 50s, low 60s, pretty nice as we go through the day. Partly sunny skies, models trying to show some wet weather. Very isolated. I think it's generally west of the Metroplex for the afternoon and early evening. And your Tuesday will be pretty similar. Temperatures slowly start to climb. It won't be as comfortable. Not only are the actual temperatures increasing, but the humidity levels will increase. So hopefully you're able to get out today and enjoy that lower humidity. Check out the next 7 days. Slow increase. Here we go with those numbers. Keep in mind we should have a high of 88 and a low of 68 at DFW. That's what's normal this time of year. And eventually we are going to get there. At this point, very small rain chances over the next couple of days. Partly to mostly sunny skies each afternoon and back to normal, close to 90 by next weekend.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson rocks movie theaters this weekend with the premiere of his new movie. Your box office report is ahead. Many people are familiar with a Dallas nonprofit that gives thousands of toys to children over the holidays, but some may not know what it does the rest of the year. More Fox 4 News at 9 is coming up. Thousands of lucky people in Raleigh, North Carolina got to relive their youth. Check it out with a massive slip and slide. The 1,000-foot-long water slide blocked off roads and messed up traffic. But for a brief Saturday afternoon, it was all about being a kid again. The 1,000-foot slide is coming to Fort Worth next Saturday. But if you didn't get a ticket, you'll just have to catch it next time it's in town. The event has already sold out.
All right, hold on. We got to get over it before it crests.
San Andreas rocked the box office this weekend. The natural disaster movie earned more than $53 million and marks the largest opening ever for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson outside of the Fast and Furious franchise. Pitch Perfect 2 finished second, followed by Tomorrowland, Mad Max Fury Road, and the Avengers Age of Ultron rounded out the top 5. A brand new season of So You Think You Can Dance kicks off tomorrow. This year, there's a new challenge of street versus stage. That means it's the ballerinas and ballroom dancers will compete against the hip hop and salsa dancers. There are also 2 new judges, Paula Abdul and singer Jason Derulo.
I didn't want to be breaking people's dreams day after day after day after day. But the show is so different. It's really a family-oriented show, and it's a show that brings positivity.
So You Think You Can Dance premieres tomorrow night at 7 right here on Fox 4. Coming up, the Dallas Margarita Society is best known for its charitable work during the holidays, but it actually stays busy all year long. We take a look at what it's doing now in tonight's Whatever Happened To. A North Texas nonprofit is probably most well known for the thousands of toys it gives to children in need over the holidays. But members of the Dallas Margarita Society actually give back all year long. Heather Hayes is here with an update on how you can get involved in tonight's Whatever Happened To.
Steve Howard is here tonight, one of the board members of the Dallas Margarita Society. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Heather, for inviting us.
Listen, people know you guys for your holiday party. 10,000 toys collected this past year. Amazing.
Actually, we topped 11 this year.
You did.
Yes.
And then you have an outstanding party where the kids come, and these are all kids in need from North Texas who get these toys.
And that's the concentrated event, but we're doing gifting events all year long, literally every week of the year.
Well, I think that's what people don't know. So talk about that, because we do know you for the Margarita Ball, but yeah, all year long you guys are doing events.
We're one fun-loving organization with 2 names with a threefold mission. Dallas Margarita Society is what our fun-loving supporters know us as. Dallas Children's Charities is the banner under which we do all of our charity events. And our threefold mission is celebrate life, give something back, and teach others the same.
So how do you do that? What are you doing in the next month? What are some of the events coming up?
Oh, goodness. We have about 60 different charities that will be recipients of our cash gifts. We have kids in Dallas Medical, Dallas Children's Medical, that will receive computers from us. We've worked to set up electronics gifting programs and learning centers across Dallas-Fort Worth. And of course, Christmas is our favorite time because we give away so many toys to so many different agencies that really need a little bit of extra help during the holiday time.
Well, I know one of those organizations you support, which Fox 4 does as well, is Toys for Tots, and you've come out and joined us in Rockwall the past couple of years. You're going to be out there again
every year.
It's fantastic. No, you've really got, I think, some passionate people who support you, because I don't think that you could grow to the number of events that you do and give back as much as you do to so many people without the passion behind it.
Between our board and our members, there are over 100 of us. Wow. And with our wives and significant others, that's 200 of us. So we're really a force, and we have tens of thousands of supporters and sponsors across the Dallas-Fort Worth area that make it possible. The wonderful numbers, we'll reach out and touch 150,000 children in the Dallas-Fort Worth area this year. Those incredible numbers, the wonderful ball that we do, our supporters and our sponsors make it all possible. They own those numbers just like we do.
So if somebody wants to get involved,
come see us on our website, sign up, volunteer for some of our events, join us at one of our social events, at one of our happy hours, get to know us, get an invitation and come to the ball. It's an event like you've never seen. We do things all year long. We would love more folks to learn more about the Dallas Margarita Society and Dallas Children's Charity.
Well, we actually have a link on our website, so all you have to do is go to fox4news.com. We've got a link there. People can check it out. Steve, it's always so great to see you.
Heather, it's a pleasure, and our special thanks to Fox 4, to you, the whole team here. You guys do wonderful things for the community. We're just glad to be a part.
Thank you. If we don't see you before, we'll see you at Toys for Tots.
You will, for sure.
Coming up this holiday season.
Thanks,
Steve.
Heather.
Okay, is there a story that you've been wondering about? All you have to do is give us a call, 214-720-3195. You can post a message on my Facebook page or send an email through our website. Heather Hayes, Fox 4 News.
The city of Dallas warns about the possibility of more flash flooding as area's lakes continue to overflow. Today's top stories are coming up. Josh Hamilton wasn't in the Rangers' starting lineup this afternoon, but he delivered when the game mattered most. Mike Ducey recaps the drama on Sports Sunday, just moments away. The city of Dallas is warning about the possibility of flash flooding overnight. The area of concern is between Royal Lane and California Crossing west of I-35. Luna Road has been blocked for nearly a week. Police are standing by to put up more barricades if needed. Some of the worst flooding could arrive tomorrow morning during rush hour. TxDOT says Loop 12 and I-30 in far west Dallas may be dry enough to open for tomorrow's rush hour. It was closed Friday because of flooding. Crews brought in extra pumps today to help drain the water over the levees and into the Trinity River. Both the north and southbound lanes have been shut down all weekend because of that flooding. Well, today the Texas House approved a measure allowing concealed carry of handguns on public college campuses. The Senate approved it yesterday. It now heads to Governor Abbott's desk. It would allow concealed handgun license holders to carry guns on public college and university campuses. A caveat was added to let college presidents designate gun-free zones on their campuses.
Flash flooding will still be a concern for the next few days, especially in the Combine Rosser area of Kaufman County and also in northeastern Ellis. We've had reports of water getting into homes in the Bristol area. The good news, at least Mother Nature will cooperate for us this week. Very low rain chances. We'll start to see an increase in our temperatures over the next several days, but that also means an increase in the humidity as well. We're back into the upper 80s, near 90 degrees by the end of the work week into next weekend.
All right, thank you, Allie. Tomorrow morning on Good Day, no dry cleaning needed. How to simplify your wardrobe for the hot days of summer. Plus, we talked to one of the new judges on So You Think You Can Dance, what Jason Derulo thinks makes this season stand out. And Good Day is cooking up a special vegetarian dish that will be featured on this week's episode of Hell's Kitchen. Get your Good Day started here from 4:30 to 9, only on Fox 4. All right, thank you, Allie. Hope everyone enjoyed the sunshine and have a fantastic week. Sports Sunday is up next.
The following Fox 4 Sports presentation is brought to you by Clay Cooley Automotive.
Lines one to left center field. Here comes Fielder. The Rangers and Josh Hamilton walk it off.
I needed to make a lot of putts in order to play well this week, and I didn't do so.
It's a great feeling. It's pretty surreal at the moment.
A walk-off win for the Rangers today, but it's an injury that causes concern. Beltre's out for a while. Should minor league sensation Joey